Do we have the thing going up yet?
I was told you would say hello.
Oh, dude, you're play-by-play, bro.
I know. Well, sorry, everybody. Hoagie explicitly said that he would tell us when we were live by saying hello. But in the absence of Hoagie doing his job, hello. Welcome to week 3 of the PMA LCS. Another game, this time between Bachelor Party and Sweaty Scottish Muskrats of the Gold League? Red League?
Gold. Red.
Okay.
Red.
Unlike most people, I know which color is which. I don't know which teams are in which.
Oh man, we talked about, me and Hoagie talked about this in the last series. We're in week 3, and so some storylines are starting to form where the like hierarchy of the teams is starting to kind of be realized. And the last game we saw as Cuddly Crustaceans absolutely annihilated Find Me Out Alcoholics Anonymous. God, words are hard. Been talking a lot. They absolutely annihilated them to take pure control of first place. I've been talking way too much. Good thing you're doing play-by-play.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been talking at all.
Oh, man. So this one, we have SSM versus BP. You know, both of these two are in the bottom half of the red division. But this is a time where they can really start to make their push, their climb up the leaderboards, as one can say. Because, you know, the season, what do we got, 10 weeks? Yeah, 10 weeks. Season really close to being halfway over, you know. In 2 weeks, we'll be halfway through the season. So, you know, teams are really starting to figure out what they're doing. And so I'm really curious to see how both of these squads do.
Yeah, absolutely. And something interesting between these two teams, if you look at BP, their highest KDA by a wide margin is in their bot lane. Mm-hmm. And the Sweaty Scottish Muskrats also have the highest KDA by a pretty wide margin in their bot lane. So I'm excited to see how that bot lane plays out, especially considering that it's actually the support for SSM who's pulling a really high KDA and some really, really good stats. I think it'll be interesting to see how he navigates that against Gerg on the other team, who is spamming our chat with a link I'm afraid to click on. Against Gerg, who's pulling some fantastic stats on AD.
Yeah, for sure.
What did he send us? What am I connecting to? Try seeking your game. Interesting.
I'm pretty sure my students at school play that on their little Chromebooks. Yikes.
Am I supposed to play this with these people? Yes.
Dude, I'm nervous. Oh dear!
Yeah,
put it up on the stream.
Yeah,
put it up on the stream. Let's do it.
Post ended game. What a brat!
A game not found. Try seeing a game by clicking here. What? Come on. What is
I'll
this?
Post it. So, for anyone watching the stream, we are waiting for one player on SSM, I believe.
They say they are.
Oh, okay. So he is here, and they are ready to draft. He's just not in the lobby yet, so they have invite rights. They'll be able to do it.
All right. First ban, Yasuo. Get him out of here.
Couldn't wait to see if we are ready, but
they don't care about us.
That is no worry, though. All right, so our first ban coming out from SSM with the Yasuo. I actually do not know who on BP plays that historically.
It's Bear Jr.
I thought so.
Okay. Bear Jr. is a Yasuo main. He plays a lot of Yasuo in solo.
You know, bad person has less syllables than Yasuo main. So, like, if you don't want to waste your time, you can just.
Nice.
It is easier that way. All right, so SSM starting out by picking their AD carry, which is fairly standard practice. See an AD carry pick first, and then a jungle pick second. Nothing particularly surprising. Ezreal's a strong call.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about, before the pick ban started, the bot lanes kind of being the key for these two teams, as it was, you know, very much in the last game. The bot lane of CC really got an early lead in both of those games. So curious to see how that plays out here, as it is the strong point of both teams.
Yeah. Absolutely. And exactly like I just said, nothing surprising about that. We get an AD pick in Senna and jungle pick in Evelyn.
Or
You
is
know,
that support?
well, according to, and I can't remember who said it. It was the support player for I can't remember now. I want to say CLG maybe says that support Senate is an auto loss. So
Interesting.
I thought that was a bold hot take, but he knows more.
Maybe
than
I
me,
shouldn't
so.
play support Senna.
At
Hey,
least
support Senna wrecked our
internally.
team, okay?
Exactly. I think in PMA LCS, support Senna is honestly a solid pick. It's proven itself pretty successful at this level of play. So
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised to flex that support. I also think Ezreal is a similarly good pick because of its flex potential. You know, Ez can go mid if he really needs to and be played pretty effectively. My TV just started playing something on its own. I think I left it long enough after the LCS stream stopped and something else started, so I'm going to go turn that off real quick. Scared the heck out of me. Someone started talking from the other room.
Yeah. All right, so we have the Tom Kench Senna bot lane, which is something we saw a lot if you've been watching LCS for the last 2 days. Saw a lot of Tom Kench Senna, a lot of Phelios, Tom Kench. Very, very, very safe picks. On the other side, we have Thresh and Ezreal with the Elise. The Elise having a lot of early game, lots and lots of early game pressure. As we all know in this new Season 10 meta, early game jungling pretty much wins. Early game jungling wins every time because now there's no more catch-up goal. There's no more catch-up experience. So if you get put behind, pretty much SOL, So
well, and there used to be a big fear of being punished by ganking early because the other jungler could invade and take your farm.
Yeah.
But now if you gank bot and the enemy jungler takes that time to invade and try to punish you by taking your topside farm, that topside farm is back by the time you get there. These 2-minute timers have, I think a lot of people thought 2-minute timers would be better for farming, but it's turned out that they're so short that it's actually beneficial for ganking more.
Yeah. It's crazy how things don't go as intended.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at Aphelios. Everybody thought he'd be really bad because he'd be so hard to play. It turns out he's just hard to play against.
Yeah, because he's harder to remember all the things.
Exactly. It's harder to know what he's doing than to know what to do.
Speaking of Aphelios, I was perusing through the
Kiana pick.
Yeah.
Where
blind pick Kiana.
Kiana mid?
That's
Bear Jr. likes Kiana mid, so I'm.
Oh, true.
And the Diana.
80 mids.
Yeah, I think Diana's a good pick into his Kiana. Though I will say the 2 games I played with Bear's Kiana have been a little nutty, so I would not be surprised to see him pop off a little bit on this. And looking head to head, just a quick head look at the stat sheet does suggest that New Kappa Turk has a significant advantage statistically against Bear. But I think head to head, Bear's really comfortable on this champ, and I think evens it out a bit with that comfort pick.
I honestly just realized that New Kappa Turk is playing again.
And so is
was he subbing for last game?
He was subbing in jungle in the last game. Dude, he did good. He went off, man.
Well, New Kappa Turk is is SSM's main roster jungler usually, and StarCraft is subbing this time. So New Kappa Turk was subbing last time. Now StarCraft is subbing this time.
Hey man, they've already got that synergy? Question mark.
Oh no, they were playing against each other though, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, sure.
StarCraft was playing against New Kappa Turk last game. Now they're in a same team together.
Gotcha.
So are we just waiting for Gerg to get where he needs to be? There it is. Lovely. Now, I made this lobby, but I'm apparently not the one with the power to start it.
See, boy has the power to start it. So,
Weird.
because you went to spectate, that's why. People in spectate can't start it.
I rescinded my rights when I spectated.
Exactly.
I've truly failed everybody.
It's okay.
No, I failed myself. It's okay. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. I'm a positive, happy person.
Yeah, okay.
So I think on paper the bot lane is kind of a volatile lane that's interesting to look at. But now that we've been through pick ban and we know what everybody's playing, what lanes are you guys watching based on champs?
Based off champ selects, anytime Kiana is grabbed, it has the potential to be absolutely bonkers.
That's fair.
So it's one of those things that's if the Diana can just go, if they can go even, it's fine. But if the Kiana pops off, very similar to what we saw in the last matchup with the Katarina, it could end up really, really not good. Now, Kiana's not playing against an Ezreal, so that helps out a little bit. But the top lane matchup, I kind of see that going in the favor of Kennen with the range advantage. It'll just be up to the ARM player to kind of soak up as much pressure as possible. Is it Kaligi or Kaligi? How do I say it? Kaligi. Yeah, it's just pretty much up to Kaligi to just absorb pressure. So that's all he has to do, and then he'll be fine. And then of course you point to the bot lane. You have a Senna. Yeah, you have Senna, Tahm Kench, which is actually a really safe lane. And anytime there's an Ezreal, it's going to be a pretty safe lane. So I'm honestly not anticipating that much action in the bottom lane other than when dragons are coming up. Really looking for this mid lane to see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think important to note too, there's a lot of potential on Bear Jr.'s side in having a comp that roams well and has a lot of synergy, because Bear is a shot caller.
Yeah,
he likes to be on top of things and be in control of things, and is good at it, frankly. So if you're good at it, then do it. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this particular comp works around that. I think a lot of the champions in this comp are not super team fight focused. I mean, Evelyn obviously is an assassin, and she's happy to get picked and sneak into things more than she's looking to, take a head-to-head team fight. Kiana needs walls for team fights, so that'll make shot calling interesting, where, Bear needs to make sure everyone is positioning correctly so that he can land some ults to make things happen.
I mean, River and Brushes will do the trick too if you need it to. It does still stun. But that being said, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
Nice.
It'll also be interesting to see what soul we end up getting, because with a champ like Kiana, you're praying for Mountain Soul, basically, because you get a lot more places to ult, and you're really hoping it's not Infernal Soul.
Ocean Soul wouldn't be bad either because of all the bushes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not Rengar levels of excitement, but it's definitely and interesting to only see one teleport on wow, it's sure easier to remember which team is which when they have clan tags. I'm guessing Bachelor Party is hitched, because that seems like a joke that makes sense. Cool. That's a joke I can understand. So Bachelor Party, interesting to go with only one teleport, because as I was just saying, Bear in general is a very shot call heavy player, and you would think that a team that's revolving around one person calling the shots, you would want that added mobility of teleport to be able to come in for fights and play into your strength, which in their case is team fighting. But looks like they're only going with the top lane teleport.
I mean, you don't need that much mobility with the teleport, especially with the Tahm Kench available. Because remember, the Tahm Kench can use the what was that ability called? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I need to have a computer with all these champs open so I can remember what abilities are called.
I'm gonna look it up right now. Abyssal Voyage, yeah, that's what it's called. Abyssal Voyage. Because of Tahm Kench's Abyssal Voyage, I think it's going to be able to rotate the map anyways. And shout out to Olive Purple, who's in chat. And Olive Purple says, someone make sure your boy knows Kench is a fish, not a frog.
Wait, what?
Kench is a fish, not a frog. This is accurate.
This is news.
Olive
it's
purple.
canon.
Which,
He's
by
a
the way,
fish.
olive purple. Shout out to your boy's wife, Olive Purple. Olive Purple, I love you.
Yeah, she's great. Good people.
Good person. Lovely person in IRL too. Lovely person all around.
Fish are friends, not food. Incorrect. Fish are totally food.
Olive Purple does love me too. I feel special.
Also, Olive Purple subscribed to the tier 1.
Whoa! Look at that sub. We love subs.
I love subs.
So do I.
Sub.
So do I.
Give
Sub.
us your subs. Give us yours.
Approval. Yes, that is correct, Bicer, aka Spooped. Good job last game, by the
Spooped.
way. Anyways.
Spooped is great. Quality, dude. Fun to cast with. All right, we have 1 minute left till we get into the game, so it's time for bold predictions. Where do you guys see this going? Who do you think takes it and why?
You know, I just think that Bachelor Party's team comp relies on Kiana and Evelyn to kind of go off, I guess you can say, to kind of get fed. Senna's gonna scale, sure. Kennen will be good in team fights, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe relying a little much on 2 champions that either pop off or get messy.
Whereas the team fight in general, the Ornhorn with the Diana ulti is really strong. And then you in combo with the Thresh with that. And if I'm not mistaken, Slaga is he known for his Thresh? Isn't that one of his secret things? Or am I going crazy? Am I thinking about somebody else? I don't know.
I don't have the stat sheet open right now. Slaga's so freaking clean on so many champs. It's really hard to... His Thresh is definitely clean. I don't know if it's like a main or a one trick. I guess we'll find out when I see the mastery points in a minute.
Oh, 181. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely clean.
Yeah.
I mean, if we look back to the first game of the summer split...
We'll look at the Evelyn mastery.
The man absolutely popped off on Thresh.
Yeah.
Game 1 summer split. I mean, everyone was talking about it for a couple days afterward in Discord. Just like, it was ridiculous.
Look at the
Bicer says BP wins at 32 minutes with Dragon Soul, no Baron, 16-8. Cool.
Jeez.
Cool.
A betting man.
He's a betting man. Wow, that's
all right. So while I sit here and look at everyone's loading screen until my game loads, the skin war seems quite obviously won by SSM with 4 skins versus 1.
But clan
Though
tag
theatrics is contributing a lot.
But clan tag synergy.
Clan tag synergy, I say BP wins, so BP automatically wins this game, I think.
True. Yeah.
10 seconds?
I'll be there as
I
soon as I
actually
can.
made it to 10, so...
I'll be there in a sec.
I actually made it to 10, thank you.
I always take a second to load in because there's like a known bug with the client and my graphics card where if I leave the client open during game, it'll bug splat. So I have to turn on there's a setting built into the client that will like close the client while you're in game, but it makes it take longer to load in.
Interesting.
So I always take a second to load, but
anyways,
better than bug splatting.
Comment to Necro Guy, at Hoagie, why don't you love me? I love you, except when I see that stupid crocodile on my screen.
Hey man, dude, his crocodile did pretty good that last game, man.
I freaking hate that champion. I hate his existence.
Great champion.
Is it a crocodile or an alligator?
It's a freaking crocodile. I have to censor myself. But it's a freaking crocodile that I despise. But I love you,
looks like I'm going to be in just a second.
I just don't like that champion.
Alright, I'm here, waiting to get to 10. Alright, I'm ready when you are.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, we're unpausing now.
Alright, we are finally loaded in and getting started on BP versus SSM. I will do my very best not not to say BDSM at any point during this cast, but I have no faith in myself. So, advance apologies.
Olive
Yikes.
Purple, I agree with you. We all need more emotes. We need more BMs in our lives. But I think
We deserve it. It's like a standard 5-stack from both teams. No one's looking for anything particularly cheeky. Elise right now just going in for that quick vision. She might go back and try to get a red.
Yeah, which is it looked like that's what the Elise did to start off.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very normal. Yep, now she's backing to go get the red. So this is really common for junglers right now, especially in solo queue, to run up, get some vision on their raptors, and back for the red trinket. We were talking earlier about how strong early ganks are in this meta, and getting that red trinket makes your early ganks that much better. By the time you're ready for a level 2 or level 3 gank, you have the red trinket available. You can scan for vision as you go to gank mid or bot before a scuttle fight or after a fight, and keeps you a little safer for scuttle takes and makes ganks a little more consistent.
For sure.
Oh, I need to rearrange my tab menu.
All right, the first cloud we will be seeing today is that Ocean Drake. So glad we don't see a bunch of clouds. Oh man, that was all last series. Pretty standard across the board.
Yeah, Cloud Drake just ain't it. You know, I'm a big statistics fan, so you'll hear me bring them up a lot. But Cloud Drake, last patch, before all the changes to the dragons with the soul, Cloud Drake actually had the highest win percentage of any Drake. It now has the lowest.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it went from the most useful Drake to the worst Drake. I think it used to give a lot more utility. You know, now it's very champ specific if you care about the cooldown.
Yeah.
And we already have Chaboy and Gerg7 going in for a bit of an engage, but Chaboy's taking way more damage than I think he expected to. They're going to have to back off without a kill there. Another trade top, but nothing coming from it. Just some safe trades here, but a lot of times the aggressor ending up taking more damage than the person they are aggressing.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times it comes, when that does happen, I think it's just the aggressor doesn't take good trades with minion waves. You know, they jump on top of somebody, you know, with where all the minions are. And so they're honestly just taking a little bit more damage. They don't respect the minion advantage that the other team has in these early phases.
Absolutely, and that's one of the interesting things about early game especially. There's so many factors to take into account when you're considering things like trades, and it's easy to see a good opportunity to do damage and not consider the outcome of doing that damage.
Absolutely. Looks like Elise will get that bottom scuttle. Yeah, she will secure that one, so that's really big for the side of, that is BP, correct? Yeah, for the side of
Evelyn.
BP.
Evelyn took it.
What
Elise is taking top.
That's what I meant.
You're good. Yeah, Elise currently taking the top scuttle.
Hey!
By virtue of that ward that her team gave her, you know, SSM has that ward early in the river, saw Elise taking... Saw Evelyn taking the bot scuttle, which gave Elise free reign to go up, take the top, make sure it's a 1-for-1.
Yep.
Few things feel worse than realizing you lost both scuttles, so that vision's very helpful.
First 4 minutes.
Chocobo.
Yeah, first 4 minutes, very, you know, just chill. Everybody's kind of having a gentleman's agreement to not do a little bit too much, you know, let's just farm. Let's everybody chill, which is kind of to be expected. Which is kind of to be expected because there are not very many early game lane bullies on either of these teams. You know, Senna Tom Kent, super safe. Ezreal Thresh is a little bit more aggressive, but you know, still pretty safe.
And I think they're both waiting for ganks, but neither of these junglers seem to be looking for very, very early ganks. You would expect if one of them did, Elise might go for a level 2 or a level 3, but she played it safe getting that top scuttle instead. And I think we'll start to see ganks pretty soon here. Both Theatrics and New Kappa Turk at level 4. We do see
Elise on the bot side
pushing up a little bit and Elise looking for it. They do not have vision up there yet.
And New Kappa,
takes him in. Elise misses the bind, but it seems like they've got Chaboy. He needs to flash away. The shield might save him, but Elise with the repel for the first kill going on to Ezreal.
StarCraft! Coach! Sorry.
My favorite moment of this entire cast already happened. It was Revan forgetting that he specifically said, I don't want a PvP, I've been talking too much, and then as soon as a fight broke out, naturally just, you were like, it's my time! Oh, we have a counter gank now coming in from Bear Jr., fantastic engage on Slaga. He does get pushed back a bit, and actually Bear is going to go down. StarCraft taking a second kill, giving a really significant advantage bot lane. I think we're starting to see, you know, we were talking at the very beginning, oh, Chocobo might take Kaligi out here. He thinks he's got it. Kaligi flashes away though and stays safe.
Yeah, that flash is absolutely used, and as you can see, there's a level difference. So, Clumsy Chocobo could elect to back. Yep, he could elect to back here and buy and just TP right back into lane and have an absolutely huge advantage over the Ornn. Here comes the Ornn.
I think Kaligi thinks he might have it with that ult. The dragon goes down, Elise taking it. It looked for a while there like Senna and Tahm Kench were posturing a little bit around the dragon, but I think they knew they couldn't win the 3v2 against an Ezreal with 2 kills. Just decided to give up that first one.
For sure.
You know, there's been a lot of talk in LEC and LCS about the first couple dragons, and I think we've seen that prove true in PMA LCS as well. Oh, but more importantly, new Turk coming in for a gank on Bear. Bear does go down to pretty low health. We get the flash from Vitautus to put some more damage down. Will the Ignite finish it off? Yes, Vitautus with one more Q takes him down.
And that gank really started from the level difference between the two. If you can see the CS difference, but the level difference, Bear Jr. is still level 5. He's not level 6 quite yet. And so the second that Vitus Dices saw that level differential, he called his jungle over, got the kill, maybe grab another one here.
Absolutely, and you know it's high risk, high reward. Bear went for a counter gank, roam bot, ended up dying to it, and then that puts you in a position where, you know, all of a sudden, Elise with 2 assists can kind of do whatever she wants.
Pretty much.
Now Evelyn is keeping a pretty significant farm advantage. You know, a camp and a half of jungle is nothing to scoff at, but Evelyn's been involved in 3 kills, so definitely still an advantage to new Turk in that jungle. Farm is pretty even across the board, though. No one really taking a massive advantage there. Nice, patient-friendly farming. Unless Bear going for another roam top. Interesting. It looks like he's engaging. Directed camera doesn't want to show it to me, but now it is. Bear's going in. He does get the ult on Kaligi up against there, but it looks like they're just too close to the turret. Bear's going to have to back off. Just doesn't have the damage output right now with only 1 first-tier item.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Supreme Display of Talent was not able to secure that kill. So, but, you know, no harm, no foul, but it looks like they might be collapsing back on mid.
Yeah, which honestly is a good play. You know, Vitautus saw her top and thought, oh, I can shove in for a little bit. And the response to that is to just come in and try and gank it. Looks like he did get away, though. How sad.
Nice trades going down in the bot lane. Looks like Evelyn's now going for that scuttle.
Just clearing some vision. We do have some pings coming out bot, but it looks like no one's engaging on those. I think StarCraft and Slaga were pinging that they saw Evelyn looking for the bot, looking for the collapse, but with Vitautus already starting to move top toward Elise, they just couldn't do it. Looks like Vitautus and new Turk might be looking for the Rift. It looks like new is starting it, but I'm only seeing the minimap, so I don't have proof yet.
Oh dear.
Yeah, meanwhile, there is a fight breaking out bot. Chavoy goes in to engage it, but it looks like he's taking a lot of damage. It's a big shield and a really good ultimate on the Thresh. Not going to be enough, though. StarCraft takes a 3rd kill as Kaligi goes in on Clumsy Chocobo in the top lane. Kaligi takes that engage. It looks like it might have been a bait, though. He's trying to get Chocobo to follow him, but he's not taking it.
Yeah, that fight, I wanted to turn your attention to the fight in the bot lane. Chavoy, that wasn't too... I think he was anticipating the shield to come a lot sooner than it did. He ended up taking probably about 200, 300 more damage than he anticipated. And that was just... that was a really good engage, though, on Slaga's part. So
New Kappa Turk, now armed with a Rift Herald, does drop it mid pretty much right away. Gonna easily get that turret. Hopefully they get it before the charge, though. Oh, a little bit of a wasted charge by Shelly, honestly, but no harm. Better to secure it than to...
Yeah, yeah, he was just securing the kill. That's all it was.
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely think they had the damage to take that down before dropping it.
But I mean, when you take the mid tower first as opposed to one of the outer turrets, it opens the map up so much more. You know, you take a bot lane turret, you rotate up the top, you try to do that, but then everybody is ARAMs, and the middle turret becomes such a big obstacle, you know, to overcome. And getting that tower first is so huge because it allows Valtis to, you know, roam down to the bot lane to get some pressure and to secure some dragons. So, you know, absolutely great job here coming from the blue team.
Absolutely, and losing mid turret is a huge loss. Also interesting, we were talking in Champ Select about how Bear wants a mountain and would really hate an infernal, and it looks like one of the two of those is going to be our soul. So will be interesting to see. Now Theatrix took a really good blast cone there to get away, but sadly that probably means he's giving up the dragon. He is Evelyn, so he can go invisible and go for a steal on it, but it's going to be cheeky, and honestly I think he just wants to give it up at this point. New Kappa Turk with a nice smite. Easy peasy.
Yeah, halfway to the Dragon Soul, and there it is, the Mountain Rift, which is really good for the supreme display of talent.
Absolutely.
And so it is something we want. So not a great start for Bear Jr., but there gives you a little bit of summer of hope. I guess to say. And remember how we talked about back to the Champ Select. Hold up.
Oh, big fight going on under tower, triple dive, but also a fight going on mid. Directed camera can't decide what's more important. We get a couple flashes out in the bot lane as Clumsy Chocobo does take down New Kappa Turk. Slaga looks like he's going to go down as well as the fight dissipates mid by Tautus getting away. And all of a sudden we have quite a bit of pressure coming bot lane from Bachelor Party. Can they connect it and make something out of it? Theatrix says yes as they go in trying to get StarCrafted by Tautus. Looks like they're both going to get away, but Tom Kench gets in there, misses the lick. Bear Jr. going on to StarCraft. Looks like StarCraft has a little more damage. Going to be saved by Chaboy as Gurg just clears a ward.
He's my hero.
Why did directed camera show me the ward clear?
Oh my goodness.
Chaboy is my hero.
Oh man.
My hero.
Oh, man.
Get it? Get it? I hate myself.
Yeah, that was cute. That was cute. Yeah, and that was a really, really fantastic fight.
That was, and that's exactly what they need to get back into the game. You know, it was 4-0, I think, and it was looking kind of rough there for a little bit, but they were able to secure 2 really good kills. You would really like to see it going into the Senna's pocket as opposed to the Tom Kench, but the Kennen, you know, that still feels pretty good to have it go in their pockets too.
That Sugar Rush Evelyn is kind of creepy.
It really is. I love it. It's such a good skin. Theatrix taking quite a bit of damage from Gromp. Not shocking, because Gromp is the highest DPS jungle camp, but still means he's going to have to back right after that. Not like he's losing out on anything anyway. Some pings coming down. Not sure. Excuse me, not sure what they're looking for with those pings, but some pings coming down from Slaga and StarCraft. Looks like they might be looking to invade a little bit, but Chaboy and Gurg are already there. Oh, but Chaboy might have stayed too long. Slaga sees it. He does get the hook. StarCraft gets the combo onto him, but it's still not enough. Not quite the damage output I expected.
Yeah, I really appreciate the kind of the patience there from the Thresh. If that were me, I would have landed that hook. I would have gone right over, thrown the lantern over, and gone over. But they don't have it. I would have gone straight down. But, you know, they didn't have vision. They didn't know where everybody was. But fight in the mid lane.
Oh, and a fantastic dodge of the supreme display of talent with that repel from New Kappa Turk. Really, really good micro play. Quick fingers. Sadly not able to secure the kill off of it, but still a play to be proud of for sure. Kaligi getting pretty greedy here trying to take this turret down. Looks like he doesn't finish it. New Kappa Turk comes in to help him though. Quite a bit of damage. Theatrix does get away. No, he doesn't. Oh, Vitalis comes in to finish him right after he got away. New Kappa Turk needs to move out of the way of those turret shots. He just barely lives, and Kennen is taken down as well. 2 more kills onto the side of whoever this team is that doesn't have clan tags. SSM. God, I wish they had clan tags.
That's what 8 Scottish Muskrats is their team name.
Yeah, because that's easy to remember.
Muskrats. Just say Muskrats.
You know, I think it'd be easy to remember team names if they weren't like so troll. Like literally all the team names in female LCS are so troll.
Yeah, for real. Like,
hey,
which honestly I love because there's something a little like when you watch like, you know, just like a sort of for fun like league, and everyone's team names are like Black Dragons, and you're like, okay. Like, so I do appreciate that we can have some fun with it, but it doesn't make it hard to remember.
Makes it hard to remember.
Makes my job hard, but it's more fun.
Oh man. Like our team name is Season 10 of Heart or what the literally when they said that I was like, alright, whatever, we'll go with it.
I like watching Chaboy pop his pink.
I think Heroes of the Storm wins.
Excuse me. Used his scanner only to find 2 pink wards in the brush. SSM going for another Herald. Not shocking, you know, you see everyone bot in those wards, and you basically have no choice but to take the Herald. It's free. Herald goes down, but everyone's starting to ping around the dragon. Looks like they're setting up. Bear thinks that he's caught Kaligi out enough to get a pick, but it looks like Kaligi actually outdamages him pretty significantly.
Yeah, Bear didn't really have that much mana to fight a really tanky champion like a like a Tom Kinch there, so I'm not really quite sure what he's trying to go for. Or rather an Ornn, sorry.
It's an Ornn, yeah.
That's an Ornn, you know. They're both tanks, they're both big.
Friendly fire is enabled in this game, though.
Yeah. We do have a bit of a fight going down. Clumsy Chocobo taken to about half health. Definitely scared of Nukabaturk, but Nukabaturk gets caught out by Theatrics. Clumsy Chocobo just barely lives as Chaboy gets caught out by both Vitatis and Kaligi. Chaboy does pull Kaligi in, but it's just not enough. Oh, and that ult inches away from killing. Kennen has lived about 3 times now when I just thought it was all over for him.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage when he went into his ulti. I was really surprised there that he decided to take that fight, but I guess he kind of underestimated the damage that the Elise was going to put out.
That fight started out really well with them taking on Nukabaturk. I just think, you know, a lot of focus was put into fighting tanky champs there that they just couldn't finish on. Really nice by Slaga there with the lantern for safety. Now Bear looks like he's looking for something. Going in on Kaligi again. Didn't learn his lesson last time.
Yeah, they just don't do that much damage. The Senna's not that strong yet. She hasn't had a chance to scale.
She just splashed in to get the get the root.
Well, and it's not shocking. I mean, Ornn went Merc Treads and immediately got, you know, the MR cape that has a name.
Sunfire cape.
Negatron.
Well, Kennen has Maelstrom, so maybe he can do something.
Yeah, Sunfire also does offer... No, it does not give MR. So it's the Merc Treads and the Negatron that are giving him all that damage reduction against Kiana. Kiana, of course, is going AD, and I just assumed she was going AP. Yeah, it is Sunfire.
Okay.
I didn't check their items before that whole sentence happened. Can't decide if this is a fight. It looks like people are posturing around it, but Ornn decides it is a fight, pops the ult on them, but more of a zoning ult than an engage ult, trying to just get them off this case, get them from going for the deep dive. You know, Kaligi and StarCraft, both pretty low health there. Really don't want to take a 4v2 with that health. But it looks like Slaga and Nukabaturk do want to take it. They're coming in around, and because of the Alco, Gerg is out of position right now. Clumsy Chocobo with a great flash ult. Oh my god, he takes out one of them. Can he take Kaligi as well? Theatrics decides to back off and go help the team, but Nukabaturk is in there, does so much damage on the Theatrics. Ends up taking her out, flashes to get away, but I'm not actually sure what just pulled Nukabaturk in. Oh, it was the Lantern. The Lantern didn't show on my screen. He just started moving.
That was such a crazy fight, only to end in a 2-for-1.
Oh, and Slaga going deep with the flash, but he misses the ren. He goes for the hook on Gerg 7, but misses it. Luckily, Nukabaturk is able to finish that kill for him.
Oh, man.
Man, I complimented Slaga's Thresh a lot for a man who just missed both of those.
Hey, you know what happens. You know?
It does, it does. His Thresh is super clean.
I mean, he's currently sitting at 0-1 and 5, so I wouldn't complain.
Better at Thresh than I am. He's better at Thresh than I am at any support.
Yeah.
Oh, and Slaga looking for a dive here, but Chaboy comes in with that thing Hoagie mentioned that has a name where he can teleport a little bit. Does get Gurg safe by eating.
Abyssal Voyage.
Abyssal Voyage.
Yes, Abyssal Voyage, thank you. Got a teleport coming down. Oh, but it gets canceled by the turret dying. Gurg 7's going to go down first. Kiana is in here to try and help. Chaboy is getting pretty low. The great supreme display of talent to knock up is not going to be enough, though. Tom Kench still goes down. Bear Jr. gets out with his life, but SSM loses nothing in that fight. Slaga died before the fight. Don't flame me in chat. Someone's going to be like, but Slaga died. That was earlier.
Oh, man. Okay, so let's talk about the state of the game here. We got about a 7,000 gold lead for the side of SSM. So how does Bachelor Party claw their way back into this one? You got all 3 lanes pushed up, only 1 tier 2 tower remaining. That's on the top side. What do they have to do?
Picks and steals, boys. Picks and steals. I mean, they absolutely don't win a straight up fight right now. They don't have the damage output, especially against the Ornn. I think they need to get some good picks. Get that gold from the shutdowns. They need to steal dragons and Baron. And especially, they need to keep vision control, I think, more than anything. Keeping vision on Baron and Dragon means that they can take whichever one SSM doesn't take. So they need to be careful, not take fights right before objectives, just wait for SSM to show it an objective and immediately go burn down the other one. Because if they try to take the head-on fight around Dragon or the head-on fight around Baron without a pick beforehand, they definitely...
Yeah, for sure. And you remember back to earlier when we were talking in the draft phase, this team comp really relied around the Kiana and the Evelynn to be kind of the primary carries, and it's not looking like that's going to happen. Or at least they're not strong enough to efficiently carry. So,
I think Bear took the high-risk version with those roams early. You can try and get fed by just playing safe in your lane, or you can go for the higher risk edition and try and roam. And if those roams have been successful, I think we'd see Kiana carrying this game completely. Yeah. But when those roams don't work, and the hook goes a little wide. It doesn't hit your boy, but he still does get held down by New Kappa Turks binding. That is plenty to get that pick. Just as the Mountain Drake comes up. So it doesn't look like Mountain Soul's going to go to SSM unless Evelyn's able to steal it. She's posturing around it. They do have vision back there, though. That pink ward is going to spot her out, so she's trying to go wide on it. Is Theatrix even going to try for the steal? Oh, he's going very wide around it. Yeah, he's not even going for the steal, just giving up the soul.
Yeah, that's one of those feels bad, man.
Yeah, and that's
Not
Dragon
really much
Soul
you can do.
to SSM, and that's going to be exceptionally good because of their Ornn. Ornn's a tanky boy, and he's only getting tankier.
Yeah, you see with that upgraded item, upgraded to the Forge Fire Cape, that's gonna really help out and really make it tough for Kiana to take him down in a 1v1.
Absolutely. We do have some pings going down. Slaga throws the hook wide, so Bear's not going to die just yet, but he is playing a little fast and loose over there. Oh, he tries to get the jump on him, the supreme display of talent, and the flash away. Oh, but he gets caught with a cue!
Oh my goodness.
God, a fantastic hook into the ult. It's not quite enough to finish him off, though. Bear Jr. is going to live from that. But Slaga, lean hook.
Nice hiding
about
with the
50
canopy,
health.
But still get caught by the post.
That was a really clean hook. And now Vitalis maybe getting caught out. This might be the pick they need to start making something happen. He's doing so much damage on Clumsy Chocobo, though.
Oh my goodness.
And does drop that Ultra Boy. Gets him in, but Vitalis is so tanky. For a man who's built straight damage, he's just not going down.
Well,
yeah,
now we're starting to see a little damage on it. He's getting pretty low. Chaboy flashes in to try and get it. Does miss the Q, but Senna's able to secure the kill. However, meanwhile, SSM is going to take the Baron down. So as much as they need picks, I don't think trading a pick for a free Baron is what BP was hoping for.
Yeah. Do not think it was either. I just don't even think they expected it. I mean, and you saw it as soon as SSM saw the Tom Kinch. As soon as they saw the Tom Kinch, they said, "Go Baron now." We get Baron. There's 2 there, and then the Senna follows up, and it's free. The second you see something on one side, respond with something on the other side.
Absolutely. And that's much easier to do when you have Cryo in all the lanes. So as much as that's what BP would like to do, they just don't have the priority to do it right now.
Yeah, it's very hard to respond when one side of your map to the other is like 1,000 units.
Yes, absolutely. And I know, I don't think the stream can see the timeline, can they? We hide that with the overlay, don't we?
Timeline? What timeline?
Like the timeline of the game over the scoreboard?
I think here has it turned off.
Yeah, I thought so. I was going to say, the timeline just makes it really clear how one-sided this game really has been and has felt, but they can't see it. Just trust me, the timeline's crazy. Lots of trades going in mid, but no one really willing to take a hard engage.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the great play, honestly. And this is, where BP is in such a tough spot. Oh, and Bear Jr. does drop the Supreme Display of Talent, but he goes really low. Can he get away? He tries to do some damage as he's running. Looks like they are all going to get away. Oh, such a boy does go down. Followed immediately by Gert7, and all of a sudden what looked like a quick skirmish is turning into possibly a push for game. Theatric's trying to come up behind him, but he's not going to be able to. He's just going to have to run away. They do take the inhibitor down, and with these death timers, it looks like this might just be the end. Gert's calling it. He's putting the GG in chat as they take down the first of the Nexus turrets. Looks like game 1 is going to go to sweaty Scottish muskrats. Jeez.
GG's. Okay. So, MVP.
MVP. That's an interesting one. Lots of people played really well.
I mean, the Elise was everywhere early game. New Capiturg did a really solid job, and then Vitaldis was, he did a pretty good job. Obviously, he shut the Kiana down, which was what we thought was going to be their win condition early on.
Though I would argue the Kiana shut the Kiana down. I think those early roams were a lot more impactful than anything Vitaldis did. I think Vitaldis just did a good job of capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
When you see Kiana trying to roam bot, you're like, cool, I'm taking all this farm and then getting a turret plate and then stealing some of your jungler's farm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I just got a bunch of free stuff for watching LCS all week. Yay. Thanks, League client.
Yay. Okay.
I'm gonna give it to my homeboy Slaga Grant.
Yeah, those thresh hooks were kind of nutty.
Yeah, gotta give some love out to the support homies,
As a support player, you'd think I would also do that. All right, are you making the straw poll, or do you want me to?
I'll make it. But anyways, I'm gonna cut the stream for VOD purposes. See y'all soon.
Absolutely.